Hey guys, Mustang here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. And so today we are going to jump into the GT Legendary Goku event to try out some of the new units here. We're going to be using KEFLA and KEFLA, as obviously they are very much designed for long form events. And I also wanted to try out this Vagex, because I haven't done a video on his awakening yet. He is an infinite stacker. Of course he's supered. I was going to say, putting Supreme Kai in slot 1 is definitely not a good idea, because she gets all of her defense on super attack. But I wanted to float off Vagex, so I thought, you know what, we'll take the risk. And so, of course, we get super attacked in slot 1. Not even surprised, because see, after she super attacks, she takes those normal attacks fine, but is what it is. Just because KEFLA and KEFLA are in slot 7, so they're going to come into this rotation. But 2.7 on turn 1, not too bad. We will go through his details. He is an infinite defensive stacker. He has built-in chance to crit, so he's a perfect unit for giving a whole bunch of additionals to. So we need to float off the KEFLA so she can go on to the other rotation with KEFLA and KEFLA. And then we'll give her these STR orbs here. So we should actually probably finish off this Goku this turn. I wanted to use the AGL Super Vegito as the link partner for Vagex, because he is one of the better link partners for him anyway. But he's a unit that I know a lot of people don't really talk about much anymore. His EZA was considered kind of underwhelming when he came out, because he was already so good. He was kind of one of those units that, like, when he received his EZA, it kind of felt like he didn't really need it yet. So they were maybe a bit scared to like go super crazy with him. So his EZA does feel a little bit underwhelming compared to some of the other units. But one of the things you have to remember, of course, is that because of his damage reduction, like even in some of the really difficult content, like normal attacks just don't do damage to him, basically. Super attacks, he does not tank very well, but he's not supposed to, right? Like, he's not a tank in the traditional sense. He's just a tank when it comes to normal attacks. And then, obviously, he claps back with the counters, which, if you get crits, you can obviously do a nice amount of free damage. Counters are not as powerful as they were when they were first introduced into the game, because, obviously, a lot of these later bosses in these tough events have really high defense. So if you're not critting, then you're not really doing that much damage. But we've been pretty unlucky with where we've taken supers and everything so far, so we're already getting the support memory activate, which is not ideal, but let's actually go ahead and put you in slot 1, because you do have that raising allies attack effect on super. So let's have a look at the Vagex awakening here. So his leader skill is terrible, we don't really need to discuss that. His super attack raises defense infinitely, raises attack for 1 turn, and does supreme damage to the enemy. So obviously if you do get an additional super, you actually do slightly more damage as well, which is very nice. And then his passive is attack and defense 120. He gets an additional attack and defense 100% when performing a super attack, so he's definitely better as a slot 2 or 3 unit. His chance of performing a crit is plus 10% with each super attack performed up to 50%, and then he launches an additional super attack when the target enemy is in attack down status, defense down status, stunned, or sealed. Because remember, he released in base form alongside the Xeno Gotenks and the Gohanks, and they all had this kind of ability. Unfortunately, with the awakening for Gohanks and Gotenks, they got the or has a hero's ally on the rotation, which he did not. But defense down, you can still apply in quite a lot of events, so that's not too bad. So obviously I gave him more additional than anything else, and we'll go ahead and see what we can do here. So we haven't applied any status effects to him yet. I don't think Vegito lowers defense or anything with his super, does he? No. So unfortunately, we are not going to be able to get the guaranteed additional here. But we'll grab some same type orbs, because we need to get our HP back. He didn't super attack in slot 1 for a change, which is nice. Yeah, see, look at this. This early into the event, and counters are still already like not doing damage if we don't crit, which is a little bit unfortunate. His damage is definitely not the best. Like, he has aged out a little bit. I haven't even link leveled him, because I think by the time the link level system came out, a lot of the 70% leads, I think they all had their EZAs already, but a lot of them had become units that you didn't really use very much on teams anymore. So it'd be interesting to see what he would be like at full link level 10. Because he definitely seems a little bit outdated now in terms of the offense. But putting him in slot 1, being able to tank all the attacks for no damage, dealing a little bit of extra damage with like the counters, And then, of course, buffing all the allies' attack as well does make him a very useful unit to have in slot 1. But here we can see the issue that we have with KEFLA and needing the 6 orbs. So you actually work better there. I guess we'll go ahead and do this. We'll just grab this so we can grab some rainbows with the Vegeo here. Get them the 18 key super. KEFLA might actually finish him off. She's only got a 1.9 million attack, but she's got type advantage. I think mine has a pretty decent amount of additional. So she didn't get the additional super though, but double digit damage. She actually gets the level 3 dodge because we only got 5 orbs. So we didn't actually get the dodge chance from her passive. So that's not too bad. And then Kale and KEFLA. Do we get the additional? No, we only get a normal attack. They tank pretty well though. And then 3 million attack from Vegeo. Well, Goku Vegeta. So if they don't crit, we should still take them out here. But we crit anyway. So good stuff. So both of these units that we're showing off, like the main units here, are infinite stackers. So of course they are going to be better in these longer form events, so I just want to see what they can get up to. The other great thing, of course, about infinite stackers is the higher their defense get, the more HP you get from same type orbs. So Vagex is at 150k currently, which is nothing too crazy. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's not get super in slot 1. Good. So counter with a crit. See, 670k with a crit. That's not too bad. 2 million attack stat is definitely nothing too crazy in this day and age. But this is mainly what he's here for, right? Tank double digits. And then the crit counter after his attack buff from super, we are actually doing around 1 million damage. So that's much better. And look at that. All those crit counters. That's where he makes up the damage, right? And then 3.1 million for Vagex with the crit as well. Getting that built-in chance to get the 50% crit when it's fully built up is obviously very, very good, because that's rolled separately from the crit that he gets from his hidden potential, which I believe I had at level 8. So if the 50% chance doesn't go off, he then also has a 16% chance to crit. So as that gets fully built up, we are more and more likely to see him actually getting crits, which is really good. And works perfectly alongside the way his kit is basically supposed to work, right? Because you want to go for additionals so you can get those extra stacks, and it just works out very nicely. So we're not going to transform Kale and KEFLA for a while. We want to see how high we can get their stats. So they're only at 140k defense so far, so they definitely need some time to build up. But we got type advantage here, so we don't need to worry about that too much. They probably take him out with this, even if they're not critting. No. But we're going to get the additional super, so that's good. Get an additional stack, perfectly fine. The STR KEFLA is now Super Saiyan 2, so the 6 orbs gets us the additional super. We don't need to worry about that for the dodge, so she's going to be a little bit better defensively overall. And I could take the risk here of the super. Like, this is one of those annoying turns where, like, if we knew for a fact that all of these attacks are in slot 2, are normal attacks, then I would 100% do this. But since I don't know that, I'm going to do this. And then watch. He's going to super attack in slot 1. I just guarantee. That's the way my luck usually goes with these kind of things. So let's find out. We've got a decent amount of health. We've got nearly got the Dokkan attack as well. So we will be able to recover if that is the case. But if he super attacks me in slot 1 here, I'm going to be very annoyed. Alright, double super from Vegeo. Come on, don't super me, Goku. Okay, good. There we go. So now if you super attack Vagex, we should take very little damage. 2.8 million from him. Obviously, none of his kit, like, he doesn't stack attack in any way. So we're not really going to see any sort of different attack stats out of him. How much is he going to tank the super for? Because he does lower defense. Oh, wow, only 4,000. All right, that's pretty good. And the good old classic, you love to see that. Take a super and then dodge a normal attack straight afterwards. That's something usually reserved for being a super battle road shenanigan, but there we go. So I do want, actually, yeah, you're not going to KO. I was going to say I do want to get stacks, but we'll go ahead and put KEFLA in slot 1. Grab some same type orbs for you. It does mean Supreme Kai has no links active because she's oh, we're getting the Dokkan attack. We might actually take him out. I forgot we were that close to getting it. So should I not do the nodes? I don't want to kill him because I want Kale and KEFLA to get stacks, so I'm not going to hit the nodes here. So we're not going to get like a huge damage buff. We don't need a lot of health in order to get back up to full. So obviously this isn't the smartest tactical decision. If you were just trying to like beat the event for the first time, obviously you would go all in for the Dokkan attack. And then he dodges the follow-up super anyway. But I want to make sure I'm getting stacks with Kale and KEFLA so we can build them up and then transform them into KEFLA a little bit later on. So getting the additional. Obviously mine are only 55%, so they have no additional in the hidden potential system. I'm really low when it comes to tech. I'm really low on like good skill orbs, and I think a lot of that is from back in the day when I was still struggling to finally beat the extreme tech ESBR. I used a lot of like skill orbs to beef up some of those units, so I don't have a decent tech additional skill orb to give to Kale and KEFLA. Plus, based on my initial like reaction from the video yesterday where I tried them and their team out at 55%, I did say as much in that video that I am a little bit more impressed by them than I was just seeing some screenshots and stuff like from when they came out on JP, but I'm still not like super hyped about this unit. After doing this initial like set of showcases on these different events and stuff, I can't imagine that really I'm going to use them all that much. So, this is going to be a very interesting turn here, because I could active skill with KEFLA and all of these will change into STR orbs, and then she's going to do probably quite a lot of damage, but I guess we'll just go ahead and do these normally. I will go ahead and item up here, because any of these units on rotation, I think, if we take a super attack, it's not going to be particularly good for us here. But we will see. Get a bunch of rainbows there for Goku. Yeah, see, dodge this, 50%. Yeah, okay, yeah, so item was a good choice. 230k, and there we go again. She dodges the normal attack straight afterwards, because of course she does. Oh, you gotta love it. But we got the 6 orbs, so she is going to get a guaranteed additional super. Like I say, mine does have a decent amount of additional, so we could see the potential for the triple super. I'm going to save her active skill for closer to the end, because obviously giving her that extra bit of damage power with the effective against all types is going to be very helpful for the Super Saiyan 4 Gokus, who are definitely a lot stronger defensively than the Great Ape. Although he does have quite a lot of health as well, but Kale and KEFLA coming in with the additional up to 2.6 million on their attack. And then we have the Goku and Vegeta just under a 3 million. So not too bad from them. Decent crit. And then we are rocking and rolling. So I'm going to go ahead and do this and hope that we get the whole bunch of normal attacks here. The Whis is still active. So we shouldn't take too much damage, even if Super Vegito does get super attacked. And then Vagex' defense should be decent enough at this point with the Whis in play as well, that even a super attack on him is not going to do a huge amount of damage. So 2 million attacks that from Super Vegito, and double super as well. Let's go. Nice, nice. We're getting quite lucky with these normal attacks as well for him in slot 1. Dodge. Can we get a crit here? Ah, no crit. But still almost 1 million damage. So the type advantage definitely helping out Super Vegito there. And then Vagex, there we go. We get the additional super. 3.5 million with the support from Supreme Kai for his second super attack. And there's that crit. So very, very nice for him. And what defense have we got Kale and KEFLA at this point? Because one thing you have to remember is their defense drops a little bit when you first fuse into KEFLA, but then they do actually get quite a significant amount of defense when they attack as KEFLA. So it does kind of even itself out reasonably well. But KEFLA definitely has lower defense, but she has that 50% chance to dodge. This is where it becomes difficult to like decide who to put in which slot here. So I think we'll put you guys in slot 1, and then if we fire off the active skill here with KEFLA, we can get 6 orbs, because it's going to change those 2 physical orbs into STR over at the side here. So we'll go ahead and do this. I'm probably not going to play all the way through to the end of this event, just because it is this last part can be so long. But I just want to see these guys get another stack or two, and then we'll transform into the KEFLA. So I think for safety's sake, let's go ahead and do this. We'll give ourselves a nice little defense buff here, save the extra Whis, and then, yeah, we'll go ahead and transform into KEFLA on the next turn with them. So, I mean, they're pretty good. We've been making reasonable time. This is obviously not one of the team builds that's going to set you like a new speed record on this event or anything. And KEFLA and KEFLA have performed reasonably well. Another turn here. We've had quite a few turns where they've gotten that additional super attack go off from their passive, which is obviously really good because as a stacking unit, you want them to super attack as many times as possible. So, very nice. STR KEFLA, she's got super effective against all types for this turn, but she's not exactly putting out the craziest attack stats. She is an infinite attack stacker though, so obviously the more super attacks you get with her, the more damage she's going to be doing. So if we get a third super here, we probably break the 3 mil. Okay, but we don't get it. Get the dodge. 1,800, that's not too bad. She probably would have taken quite a lot of damage if we'd taken a super though, so probably pretty good that we did not. I think with the defense up with the Android 8, the Vegito here in the last spot wouldn't take too much from a super, but we don't get supered, so it's all good. Okay, so we'll go ahead and do this. What is our boys' defense at now? Almost 400k without support. I said this before in another video though, obviously infinite defensive stackers, their defense is going to be super high by the time you get to the end of a long form event. There's nothing overly crazy about that, so I think we'll need to item here, because if Super Vegito gets super attacked, that would be really bad. And then we'll transform KEFLA on the next turn. So there's a dodge and then the super. So we're going to do it the opposite way around this time. He's going to dodge and then get super attacked, but obviously in this instance it's fine, we don't take any damage. And 2.5, so his attack is obviously nothing too crazy, but for some of the teams that he fits on, if you're having trouble beating some of the longer form events like the newer Infinite Dragon Ball Histories or the GT Goku event, or of course, you know, in the future the Legendary Vegeta event is going to come out, having another infinite defense stacker that is actually pretty good is a decent thing to have. The built-in crit chance, again, is very nice because it allows you to focus his hidden potential system on additionals, which not only helps because of the infinite stacking, but the fact that he raises attack for 1 turn as his super attack effect. So if he gets an additional super, he does slightly more damage. Okay, this is going to be a good turn for them because we have the support from Supreme Kai as well. So they're at 430k defense before fusing. Let's go ahead and fuse them here and see what we get now. I do still think their fusion animation is pretty cool. The English dub is okay. Some of them are a bit wonky sometimes for the global version, but it's pretty decent. Like I said in my initial showcase, I'm not like the biggest fan of KEFLA and KEFLA or KEFLA in general. So now that we're fused, we have all of our links active. So just to refresh you guys' memory, she's an infinite stacker, immense damage. Her passive is that we got a little bit of a health recovery with the fusion. And then she has attack and defense 160. She launches an additional attack that has a medium chance of becoming a super. She has the 50% chance to dodge built in. She also has an additional attack and defense 60% when attacking. And an additional attack 60% when attacking with 6 or more key spheres. So can we get the 6 key spheres? We can. Let's go. Okay. So that is very significant because getting that extra attack buff is obviously something that's going to make a huge amount of difference. So now she's at 269k defense, but remember she's going to get 60% on super attack. So that is what? Just 50% would be 130, which would basically put her to 400k. So that's actually really good. Obviously it's in a long form event, so her defense is stacked up a little bit, but at 55%, post super attack being at 400k defense, I would say is actually rather good. So, and she's taking double digit damage. We still have the item active, I think. Dodge this, please. There we go. That's what you like to see. You got to dodge those type disadvantage super attacks, otherwise it's not looking good. Oh, okay. So he's going to dodge our super attack. I see how it is. But we get the additional super. And he dodges that one as well. Are you kidding me? But, alright, both of them were over 5 million attack stat for her supers after transforming. So, yes, we are on turn 15. But She is 55% full level 1 links. So I would say that that is pretty decent. You guys will have to let me know what you think down below. But yeah, I didn't want to do a proper full-on like Kale and KEFLA versus the GT Goku event because I feel like the hype for this unit is just not really there. They're an infinite stacker, so it's already kind of like obvious what they do. I just kind of wanted to make a video showing them in this event and then using the Vagex as well, because there's still a couple of heroes units that we haven't gotten around to doing videos before, so I did want to show him off. He is now at, what, 284 without support, which is pretty decent. So you'll have to let me know what you guys think down below. Obviously, the Heroes Celebration is drawing to a close now, so let me know which units you did get or didn't get, which ones are your favourite, and of course, let me know what you think of Kale and KEFLA as well. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.